Hi, I'm Lauren Baer, and I'm running for Congress in Florida's 18th Congressional District. This is the district where I was raised, where I went to local public schools, and where 4 generations of my family have made ends meet and gotten to know their community by selling furniture for a living. I started my career as a lawyer, taking the fight to get money out of politics all the way up to the Supreme Court. And I spent 6 years serving as an official in the Obama administration, acting as a senior advisor to 2 different secretaries of state and the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. I never thought that I would be running for office, but 2016 changed that for me. My daughter Serena was born 2 weeks before the last presidential election, and I think absolutely every day about her future and the kind of world that I want her to live in. And my mom Nancy was one of 74,000 people in our district who would have lost health care when Republican Brian Mast voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act in May of 2017. I've been all over this district, from West Palm Beach to Fort Pierce and from Stewart to Indiantown, and this is what I know. What we all want for our families, it isn't very different than what I want for my own family. I talk to people and they say we want quality, affordable health care. We want good public schools. We want a strong economy, but we want a fair economy. We want a clean environment. We want common sense gun safety regulations. We want to preserve Medicare and Social Security. And gosh, we want a foreign policy that isn't conducted by tweet. My years working in government taught me that Washington can work if we send the right kind of people. And with as much on the line as there is this year, I knew that it was my obligation to get into the arena and fight. I'm looking forward to representing you next year, and I hope you'll join me in this journey. Thank you. Comprehensive immigration reform in this country is long overdue. We haven't done that since the 1980s. I believe we do need to reform our immigration policies, and we need to do that in a way that's consistent with the best of American values and also keeps our country safe. That's why I support a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, as do the majority of Americans in our country. And it's also why I support a pathway to citizenship for other undocumented individuals who are law-abiding citizens and have been productive members of our economy. I also think we need to be focusing on making sure we're attracting highly skilled immigrants. And at the same time, we need to be making sure that we're doing our best to keep our borders safe and secure and our systems fair. We need to end the inhumane policy of separating parents from their children at the border, and we need to be ensuring that we are meeting our obligations under domestic law to ensure that refugees fleeing persecution are given fair treatment when they reach our borders. All of this is fundamental to ensure that America remains a beacon of hope for people around the world, as well as a country that is safe and secure. As a mother of an almost 2-year-old, I can't imagine sending her off to school one day and not having her come home. Gun violence is an epidemic in our country, and common sense gun safety regulation is long overdue. 96% of Americans believe in universal background checks, and so do I, and I think it's despicable that Congress hasn't passed them. I also think we need to be keeping guns out of the hands of domestic abusers and the mentally ill and criminals, that we should be banning bump stocks, and that we should be getting weapons of war off of our streets. Assault weapons have no place in our schools, in our neighborhoods, or in our community centers. We need to treat the gun violence epidemic as what it is, a public health crisis, and ensure that the CDC has funding to study it as such. And we need to push back against the NRA's plan for concealed carry reciprocity, which would allow individuals from other states to carry concealed weapons into our neighborhoods and onto our streets. If we truly value life, there is so much more that we need to be doing to protect all of us from gun violence. I believe that the great promise of our country is that we are a country of equal opportunity for all individuals. But unfortunately, what we've seen out of this Republican Congress is economic policies directed towards benefiting just the select few, corporations and the wealthiest among us. I'm in favor of rolling back those tax cuts, but instead giving tax relief to those who need it, the working class and the middle class. I'm in favor of making Florida a hub for the jobs of the future, including investing heavily in clean energy like solar. And I'm also a strong proponent of job training programs. College is for some people, but it's not for everyone. And we need to make sure we're investing in technical and vocational programs so that some of our students can graduate high school and be career ready. There's so much more that we can be doing to grow our local economy here so that Florida remains a place that is good for entrepreneurs and small business owners and everyone who wants to thrive in life. I want to thank you all for taking some time to listen to what I've had to say today. For me, what fundamentally defines my campaign is actually listening to all of you. I spend my days out in our neighborhoods and our communities talking to everyday folks about the matters that are of concern to them. Because I, at the end of the day, believe that a representative has one job, and that's to truly represent the people who sent that person to Washington, and to represent all of them, not just a select few among them. I have deep experience in governing from my years in the Obama administration, and I've worn many hats in my life, including national security expert, lawyer, and mom. What I've learned from all of those is that the most important quality you can have in a leader is someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but someone who's fundamentally committed to delivering solutions. And that's what I want to do for the people of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. I look forward to continuing to listen to you over the coming months, to earning your vote, and hopefully working for you next year in Washington. Thank you.